Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today we did something that made me feel so old. So if you want to find out what it is, stick around. So what happened today, Chad? What did we do today?
We met with a financial advisor.
We met with a financial advisor, so yay us! Yeah, I feel so old. That's something that I always thought that older people, wiser people not us kind of people would do. And so it was just a very unique experience. We got in touch with this financial advisor through Chris Hogan's website. He's affiliated with Dave Ramsey, and he came from a ways away, and he was one of the preferred references for a financial advisor. So what did you expect going into it, Chad?
Not really anything.
Yeah. I mean, this guy was really cool. Like, I expected a lot of things. I think I knew what I wanted, but then, like, after we met with him and talked about some things, I was still, like, scared, you know, like, about investing, but, like, after we met with him, I felt better about that decision, like, more wise. It's, like, a better choice for your life. So, basically, what you do when you meet with a financial advisor is you go over a bunch of different things, but the main thing you go over is your investment opportunities for the future. So that's like your IRAs, Roth IRAs, what you have put in your 401ks with your work, and also you talk about life insurance. And we would go the Dave Ramsey route, so we're planning on doing term life insurance, and since we're so young, it's very cheap for us, and we can have a very high life insurance plan, which is awesome, which we're never going to use, so just so everybody knows. So like that was kind of weird to talk about, right? Yeah. So that's good. And then also we talked about investing. Investing in, it's the stock market basically, but it's into retirement accounts, and we finally decided to invest in a Roth IRA, and yeah, tell them how much we're going to invest.
Well, right now, we're just gonna start with small, like the minimum we could do was like $150 for an initial, and then $50 a month, so we started one for each of us, so, you know, it's $300 basically accumulatively for both of us, and then $50 a month, so $100 a month for both of us. But we wanted it, we were originally going into it thinking we wouldn't start until January, so, but anyway, we just went ahead and started today. And then in January, because we're hoping to have a couple house projects that we're currently working on done, should have more money to invest in. And, you know, as house projects get done,
feel more comfortable.
We should just have more money in general to throw at things like that, you know, because I mean, but our house, you know, was neglected during the time that we're getting out of debt on it. So now it just needs some love. So right now it needs paint and gutter love.
Yeah, so we're painting gutters. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be beautiful. But yeah, so that's kind of different. I was like kind of gung ho. I was like, I'm gonna go into this thinking that we're gonna max out our Roth IRAs, because you can put into $5,500 a year per person on those things. I mean, they can grow tax free. And so I was like, okay, that's kind of like the goal I want to do. But this guy was so like, he was good. He was like, listen to us. He saw our needs, and he didn't push us to do something we didn't want to do. And so he saw that, hey, you probably should be like, build up your emergency fund a little bit more from, you know, all these house projects you guys are doing, and then we'll hit it hard in January. And so it was nice. He had the heart of a teacher, like Dave Ramsey says. And I read that book by Chris Hogan going into it, Retire Inspired. And so I went online and took my my RIQ test, is what it's called, and we needed to make like $2 million by the time I retired. So it's like, it's a little intimidating going into it, because we want to have like travel, and like one of our main goals for our life, I don't know if it's yours too, but for my life is to like be able to fund missions, self-fund missions, and be missionaries full time, but be self-funded and also fund other missionaries, which would be really cool.
It would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a life goal, but I'm okay with it.
It's a good idea though. So it's just kind of fun. I feel old, but you feel good?
We got money.
We got money. It's a weird place to be when you are comfortable with investing and comfortable with giving and like all these things. Like, it's just a really weird spot to be, instead of living paycheck to paycheck, where you can move on and live in a different place.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
That's nice. I mean, even when we talk about what we give to right now, like as far as giving money away, it's more the amount we're giving, not can I give to this. It's more like how much, because we have like a ton of money.
Really
Like usually,
cool.
we have more money in our giving thing than we do in our food fund or something like that.
Yeah,
Because it just kind of stacks, and then like if you don't give to anything for a little while, it's just like building up, and then like, well, that's a lot of money we got in giving right there, but it's in giving.
Yeah,
it only goes for certain things, but sometimes it gets to be a big amount, and you're like, whoa, there's like a house project, but it's
so cool because I can just come to Chad and be like, how much do we have in this to give? Because like I have something going on in my life, like how much can I give to this person? How much? Or he's like, how much do you want to give to this? And we're like both just agreement on it, like okay, whatever you want to give. It's not like, do we have any money to give or like anymore? It's like, how much can we give? So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I know you sleep better since being out of debt, and so like getting to this next chapter in our life where we are building wealth, potentially maybe becoming millionaires someday. Yeah. It's just mind blowing to me, guys. Like mind blowing.
It's weird, but I like having a plan anyway, and I've noticed the more we've had a plan financially, like something that seems super impossible, even if it actually literally was maybe impossible, somehow becomes possible. Just because like you have a goal that you set. I don't know. We had friends over last night. I was thinking about, and they were like, they were actually talking about Donald Trump and how old he is as a president, and how all like most people we know, they're like in their 70s, or a lot of 80-year-olds don't seem like very high functioning, or well functioning. It's like, how do they like, how do these people like function so well? I'm like, I don't know, maybe. I was just thinking about it. I was like, maybe just because they like had a goal that went beyond, like a lot of people live, okay, I'm going to work so long and then I'm going to retire, and then after they retire, they're kind of like done with all their goals, so they're just kind of like, but like these ambitious people, like he like, working. I mean, he could have, he doesn't even need to retire. He just had, like, Donald Trump has tons of money. Like, he doesn't need to be president. He doesn't need to retire. He could just do whatever he wants and not work a day of his life. Yeah. But he like has this ambition. Like he just keeps having more ambition. I'm not saying you like or don't like Donald Trump or whatever. I'm just saying that like goals. Like the Bible says, without vision, people perish. Like I just think it applies to more areas than we think it does sometimes. And sometimes when you have a vision for something, like. It's way more attainable because you can actually, you see progress towards it. You can, and the longer you go at it, the more you can see it being realized. And then God, like, just, a lot of time breathes on it. Like when you move towards something, he's like just kind of waiting for you to take any action towards something. And he's like, poof, and just like,
it's kind of fun. Like, it's true.
Because paying off our house in like, 7 years or 6 years or whatever we did, when it's a 30-year mortgage, that's like 23 years early. Well, that's crazy. And crazy. Like it doesn't, like looking at our finances, you would not find the money to have done that. Even if we look back at all our finances, we wouldn't be able to find how that was possible. It was just God doing something, like miracles, like here and there.
Little steps, and then God just like breathing on it and making it happen. So
I think doing that over and over again now, because we did that for the house, now we did that for the car and bought the car in cash. We've done it for other small things. Done it for like family trips. Did it for kind of Barcelona. I mean,
definitely.
We just kind of like setting goals. It just helps. It's like, it kind of like, and after you like have done it like 3 or 4 times now, or like on some big things, you're like, okay, that doesn't really seem like anything. Like maybe it's kind of a crazy step, but if we're prepared to do it, we're prepared to do it. And we know what we have to give, and we kind of know what we can fudge out of our finance. We know, like, okay, like, we're probably wasting some money in this area that we could hone it back and give that money into the Roth IRA or whatever.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Like, so just go after your goal, guys. Like, we're thinking about goals 30 years from now. What goals are you thinking about 30 years from now? Just stop and think about that for a minute. It's hard to look past today and what you have in your hands, but think about what you can do today that will affect your future, because the future is going to come no matter what. It's just a fact. It's reality. It's gonna happen. So anyways, I hope you guys are having the best day ever, and if you enjoyed this video at all, please give it a thumbs up, hit the like and subscribe button. Our teenagers on the other side of the camera, that's why we're snapping at them. But yeah, anyways, thanks Chad for coming.